worked here a lot, so I'm very familiar with this dressing room. I love it. It's one of the first places I performed.
First met and worked with Heidi Schreck when we were doing Demon Baby, the Ohio Theater. Heidi played the central character who had to appear completely naked in the middle of a scene. And she was just like, what does it look like? Is it okay? And finally she was just like, I need to see somebody else. Will you help me out here? And so, the room being clear, I was like, all right. And I took off all of my clothes and walked around the Ohio. And there we were, walking around naked, January in the Ohio. And all right, that seems reasonable.
And then after that, I did Women of Trachis here and Amazon for Their Men. So I have a lot of fond memories associated with it, but it's also just a beautiful space. And it's the space I wanted for my play. So I feel really lucky that it's living on for at least another 6 months or a year so that my play can happen here.
I met Heidi Schreck a long time ago. I can't remember how many years ago exactly, when she just moved here from Seattle.
Before I moved here, I lived in Seattle, and I worked with a theater company called Printer's Devil. And in Seattle, it was really easy to be both a playwright and an actor.
And she walked into a pataphysics workshop that Mac Wellman was teaching, and spent like 20 minutes being sort of lightly hazed by him while he just said her name over and over again, since Schreck means like terror, horror in German. And she was sitting there the whole time like giggling and laughing and loving it, and that was my first introduction to her as a person and as a performer and as a writer. It was this sort of like delightful kind of roll with the strange quality.
I wrote the play because I was so in love with this person, this Marjorie Kemp person, and just how flawed in such an extreme way, so flawed. I find her really attractive. Like, she's really an extreme personality, and she's attempting something that she's never going to succeed at, which I relate to.
When I go to try to think about Heidi Schreck's work and I want to sort of name it or describe it, there's a kind of innocence to her performance, almost always. And then at the same time, she can get this like incredible undertone going of darkness. And the writing is exactly the same way. I mean, the character in Creature is exactly the same way.
Sorry. Hi. I have to start over.
Okay.